Hi Aquarius, welcome to your February 2022 love and general reading. I am Gemstone Tarot and you are Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Cross watchers, everybody is welcome at the table. Wowzers. Okay, what do we need to know? We've got the cat here, but she's kind of under the covers, so you can see her just there. Hi honey. Yeah. She did a little squeaky meow then. Yeah, this is for you Aquarius. If you've happened upon it, there'll be a message here for you somewhere. If you're wondering why am I here, let's find out. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers. What do we need to know? Some of you are impatient for something to happen. Aquarius is quite an impatient sign sometimes, especially if you've seen where you want to be and where you want to get to, because you are a fixed air sign. Okay, good. Something is going to happen, but there's like quite a long build up to it. Let's investigate. Nice. I'll stick these together because then we will have a look at the cards with my second camera, which gives you a view of the spread. Okay, let's have a looky-see. That's better. Bring them all down a little bit. Kind of straighten them out, you're like, otherwise that's going to bug people. Okay, if this really resonates with you, when you get to the end of the reading there will be an extended reading where we take it further, channel stuff, get our hands dirty, have a look at some other tarot decks, clarify cards. So see when you get to the end if it's resonating with you, and the link will be in the description box. Okay. A lot of these cards, if you look at them, and we don't read them particularly in a chronological way, because we don't have to read them in a chronological way. A lot of these cards are watching and waiting cards. If you look at this one here, we've got the Four of Cups. This is the ultimate card of what I call being an emotional neutral. You're sitting, you're watching, you're waiting. There's been something in the offing. There's been some kind of rumbling of something, some offer, probably to do with relationships or something you love, because it's a cup card. The cosmic hand comes forward and it's offering you, it's making an offer of some kind, but I feel like it doesn't register, it doesn't fit. There's something about it that is a bit, I think you're not sure about it. Okay. For some of you as well, this is linked to work and it's linked to security and it's linked to money in some way. We've got here right next to it, sorry, the birds are going mad. Right next to it, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is Mr. Plod. He's like, it took me a very long time to get here and I have plotted it all on Google Maps and I'd like to share that with you over a beverage in a public house. And you're kind of, wake me up when you go. It's that feeling you have in life, particularly as an Aquarian, where you want it to happen now, and it's taking its sweet time. This is the long game for you, and it has been for a couple of the other signs that I've done readings for. I feel like some of this occurs between February and like April. I got that for Gemini when I was doing Geminis, your fellow air sign of Gemini. It was very much between February and April. There are seeds of something coming in. This is either someone you've spoken to briefly, or you've got some kind of connection with, but it hasn't made it to being a full connection in the way that you would want it to. And you may kind of get that feeling of impatience. You may have had that towards the end of January, because Mercury's retrograde until the 4th of February, and really add another week on for the whole backlash of the shadow period. It feels like whatever the seeds of something are, you want them to grow. It's like planting a seedling and wanting it to be the full enchilada. You know, you want it to be the full plant. It's like, why does this not grow? It feels like there is some kind of issue here to settle. If you look here, we've got this Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles comes along when you need to juggle your circumstances or juggle what's going on. For example, if this is a connection with a person, it may be that neither of you is in a position to actually make it rock and roll just yet. For whatever reason, maybe it's only been online and you haven't actually met. Maybe you're long distance. It feels like there are aspects like that with these three cards in a row. These three cards are fly in the ointment cards. They're not, this has got some massive thing against it and we really need to do some soul searching. It's more, we need to do some house searching, or we need to do some tinkering with it. You know, we need to adjust this and adjust that. And this is how that we can make it work. For some of you, this is adjusting your work patterns, adjusting the way you work, whether you work from home or even what you do for a living. If you look over here, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is slowly building up. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Eight of Pentacles is slowly building up something at work. So if you can imagine, if you've got like a 9-to-5 job and you've been putting the hours in, it's slowly building up your salary in increments. Finding out how much you value the job, how much the job values you, getting pay rises, moving forward, putting in the hours, getting your paycheck, that kind of regular thing. Some of you may be questioning whether this is enough for you. You may have a side hustle with this Two of Pentacles. You may want to do something that you love. You may hanker after being inspired rather than actually being in the daily grind. It's a good sign, and I really like it, because one thing I get from your reading, Aquarius, well, I get a few things from your reading, is that changes are coming, okay? Boredom starts. You're like, I'm so bored of this. I don't want to be doing this. I don't want things to continue like they are. I don't like this pattern. I want it to change. And I feel like the universe is going to push you and push you and push you on that until something kind of breaks, and then we've got the Tower. Swing. Yeah. There it is. Often with the Tower, I feel like it's not something coming in from left field. I feel like it's, you know, someone taking down a tower brick by brick and rebuilding it. This feels like something coming in from left field. It has a certain shock value to it that if you weren't Aquarian, might bother you, but I feel you need this. I feel you need this Tower energy. It's, for some reason, the Tower being number 16 feels significant. I've no idea why, but you will know if that's you. It feels like lightning strikes, and, you know, whereas most people would be horrified and there's people falling out the building and you're thinking, oh my God, everything's changing. You're like, at last. At last. Imagine if this was like a tropical storm and the rain was coming down and everyone was running up for cover. You'd be the one running out of the house and dancing around in it and just going, yes, yes. That's what the energy feels like. It feels like it breaks a spell of boredom. It breaks a spell of being locked into something. If it's about relationship, it takes you out of a rut that you really wanted to be out of and into fresher, cleaner energy. If we look here, we've got the Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. This is two people maneuvering around each other, but not actually saying how they feel or stating their case or having the argument. It's almost passive aggressive energy to have the Five of Swords. It feels strategic. It feels like a game of chess, and it feels like it needs a foot up its backside, quite honestly. So if this for you is a relationship and it's not how you want it, and it's below par and it's lacking and it's disconnected somehow, or it's just not reaching any of the kind of heights that you want to reach, be prepared for that change. And for some of you, that change may come in the form of destruction. You may decide you don't want it anymore, or it has to end, it has to change. You're going to lean into it. And if you can, do. It will occur to you anyway. I feel naturally you're going to lean into this change. Because also up here we've got the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is what your heart's desire is. Your absolute heart's desire. What do you want? What do you, in your heart of hearts, need and want and hanker after? What inspires you? And this is about love, this is about work, this is about destiny, this is about your whole outlook on life. Particularly for some of you, I feel like there is a need to know that a relationship is going somewhere. It feels like that energy, the need to know that something is progressing, that something is real, that it's healthy. Now, when you get the Tower card, of course, there's a lot of destruction. The tower gets destroyed, lightning hits the tower, there's a storm, people are falling out, all that kind of stuff. The one card you really hope and pray for when you get the Tower is that you're going to get because with tarot, the Fool is making his way through the journey of the 22 major arcana. And obviously, once he's learnt the lesson of one, he moves on to the next. So what you are really hoping to see is the Star. There it is. 2 reasons for this. It's number 17. It's the one after. 3 reasons, actually. 1, it's the one after and it heals the Tower. Other reason is it's a lovely card anyway. It's really pretty. And the other reason is it represents Aquarius. So this is you. With your strong Aquarian energy. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of surprises, of shock surprises, of things changing. You're born for this change. You're born ready for this change. You're ready. You're absolutely ready for this change. And this is wishing upon a star. It's just the universe saying to you, I hear you, as you were plodding along with the Knight of Pentacles, and sitting under the tree, not wanting whatever the cosmic hand was offering. And I think you were right not to want that. I think what was being offered was subpar. I think it was inadequate. It was not befitting. It's like, don't you know who I am? It's that kind of feeling. But actually, yeah, right on, of course. Sometimes we have to feel like that. That's self-worth. We think it's arrogance. It's not. It's self-worth. So things need to change, and the universe knows, I think, that minor changes are not going to do it. And so it shakes it right up for you. But what the universe is saying to you is, remember, while I'm shaking this up and taking this down and causing the storm and giving you the chance, know what's in your heart's desire with your Nine of Cups. Know what is in your heart's desire. Because what you wish for here, you can manifest. And again, planting seeds is a good metaphor for this. While the ground is clear and the tower is down and you're not You're not obscured. Your vision isn't obscured by whatever it was that was standing in your way. You're not numb. You're not ignoring kind of what's now in front of your face. It's time to sow those seeds. Okay, down here we get the King of Pentacles with the Strength card. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo or a Virgo, or someone who's on the Leo-Virgo cusp. For others of you as well, this is self-mastery. This is coming to terms with yourself, which I actually really like. And having power over a situation where I think before you didn't have power over this situation. You felt a bit lost at sea with it. And then King of Pentacles, I like this card. This is somebody coming in who is consistent, who is reliable, who is decent, who keeps their promises. And for some of you who has a job, and that's really relevant, and I don't know, obviously that would be relevant, but in particular that's relevant. As well for others of you where the Eight of Pentacles runs into the King of Pentacles, this is finance, funding, headhunting, mentoring. Somebody wants to see you do well and earn money for your efforts. And for some of you, you've got to bear that in mind for yourself. If you're self-employed, are you attaching enough worth to your services? If you are in a love relationship, it's almost the same thing. Are you attaching enough worth to your services? And I know that sounds a little bit transactional, but a certain part of relationships is transactional, isn't it? You know, we can't get away from that. Because what does someone bring to the table? Then we have this World card up here. I'm just doing some Romance Angel Oracle cards at the same time. The World card says, and this has come up for a few people, that you're in a big life cycle at the moment. And that cycle is dropping off the dead weight. The stuff that doesn't really, you just don't need it. We just had 3 there that just dropped on the floor. Things and people that you don't need will be dropping off, but you're not quite expecting it. Wow. And then over here, the 9 of Wands, underneath the 9 of Cups. Your heart's desire, but with right boundaries. You're putting up boundaries where previously there probably weren't any. And I think it's going to make the other person appreciate you more. Now, this is interesting. Romance Angel Oracle cards. Let's flip it so we can look at these individually. This has come up for nearly everyone, and I think it's because Mercury's in retrograde and has been for like most of January. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So however that manifests itself with you, I'm just going to switch my phone off because I'm worried it's about to ring again. However that manifests with you, and for some of you it's a bit complicated, you release that complication. Release the complication involved with this. It's not as complicated as it seems. And while you're at that, you love yourself first. We talked about this just now. This is about your self-worth. Knowing what you bring to the table, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. But also, it's just good for you. It's good for your self-esteem. Things are worth waiting for. This might not be quick gratification in the relationship department, but it is leading you to a place of goodness. That King of Pentacles is consistent, reliable, and I think that previously this has not been particularly as consistent as you would need it to be. And I think Aquarians are not bad when it comes to, you know, needing things to be consistent. I think Aquarians are quite generous with letting people be themselves and be eccentric, and, you know, your expectations are not usually too high. So your expectations are good here, and your expectations are your boundaries. And it says flirt. Don't be afraid, if you're not happy with what you've got going on, to look elsewhere, or to know that people are looking at you. People are finding you attractive. you are in your birthday month, and you tend to find when you're in your birthday month, when the sun is in your sign, that you've really got it going on and that people notice you. So take advantage of that, okay? And then finally we get honeymoon. This is nice, a period of bliss, a period of spending time with someone. And that time is time that they, what do they call it? You know, when they only focus on you. I think some of you have been involved in a situation or with a person where the focus has been scattered and it's been not enough on you. And it feels like you come sharply into focus once you release this energy of anyone being unreliable, or if you're having any feelings of codependence or feelings of being less than, less powerful than. You basically raise your standards substantially, and it does you nothing but good in this situation. In the extended reading, I am going to look at the Release Your Ex. I'm going to look at the Tower, what's coming in, how it's going to affect things. I'm going to look at your other person and what's going on with them. And if there's anything you need to know about that, and what is the energy of the relationship, the quality of the relationship, and what is the best way forwards, okay? So if this resonates and you're interested in the extended, the link is below in the description box, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste.